Hello and welcome back to Secret Magic 101. I am Sammy. Today we're going to continue with Aztec mythology. Okay. Today we're going to have the lesson of the deeds of Mixcoatl. Okay. So one of the surviving original work by 16th century Spanish friar Andres de Olmos is the Historia de los Mexicanos por sus pinturas, which translates to History of the Mexicans as told by their pictures. In this work, which is also known as the Codex Ramirez, De Olmos gives accounts of Aztec myths. Okay. One section of the codex is devoted to the god Mixcoatl, who is also known as Mixcoatl, which translates to the cloud serpent. Okay. They almost understood Mixcoatl as an aspect of Texcoatl rather than as a serpent, as a separate figure, sorry. So I'm going to be telling you guys a brief tale. Okay, Mixcoatl, god of hunting and the Milky Way, is said to have originated both ritual warfare and the Aztec practice of piercing the tongue and ears to bring forth a blood offering. Ritual warfare was an important aspect of Aztec life. Sacrifices for the gods had to be acquired in some manner as well as in some quantity. So Aztec city-states would challenge one another to battles on a regular basis. The purpose of this warfare was not to conquest, and neither was it to the point to kill as many as the enemy as possible. It was so the warriors were expected to capture as many of the enemy as they could. These captives were then brought back to the victor's home city where they become sacrificial victims. The Aztecs believed that the noblest deaths a man could hope for were either to perish in battle or to be offered in sacrifice to the gods, after which the soul would be transformed into a hummingbird. The name Chichimex, okay, referred to the various peoples who lived outside the Valley of Mexico and sometimes had connotations similar to that of our English word barbarian. This is where we can see that Mixcoatl creates these people precisely so that they can be slaughtered, and he also turns them into drunkards, right? A state that was anathema to the Aztecs and could be punished by death. Okay. And it says, and so it comes to pass that 1 year after the new sun had been created and fed by the blood of the gods, that Mixcoatl thought to himself that it would be a good thing to ensure that the sun never lacked for blood or hearts. Therefore he went up into the 8th heaven, and there he made 4 men and a woman. Go down to earth, said Mixcoatl to the new people. Go there and learn the art of war, for the sun has need of blood to drink and hearts to eat. Mixcoatl then cast the new people down to the earth, where they landed in the water, but they immediately returned to the heavens. And so Mixcoatl's wish that they should make war did not come to pass. So the next year, Mixcoatl again bethought himself how to create new people so that there could be war and sacrifices. And this time he went to the earth and found a great stone, which he struck heavily with his club. The stone split open, and from it came forth 400 Chichimecs, who were the first people to live in Mexico before the Aztecs came. Mixcoatl saw that his efforts had thus far come to naught, because the Chichimecs did not yet know the art of war, for they had no enemies, and they did not make war amongst themselves, since they were kin to one another. And the original 5 people he had created to make war, to provide blood and hearts to the sun, had returned to the heavens. So for 11 years, Mixcoatl did penance. He took the sharp spines of the Magick cactus, and with these he pierced his tongue and his ears. He pierced him so that the blood dripped down as an offering and a penance, so that the 4 men and 1 woman he had created would come back to earth and make war upon the Chichimecs. And in this way, Mixcoatl began the practice of these small blood offerings, using the spines of the Magick on the tongue and ears, which the people then also did in reverence and supplication to the gods. When Mixcoatl's penance was done, the 4 sons and 1 daughter he created came down from the heavens. They went to the earth, where they made homes in trees, and in the trees they fed the eagles, who also made their nests there. Now, while the 5 first children of Mixcoatl were making their new homes in the trees, Mixcoatl bethought himself of ways to make the Chichimecs and his 5 children make war upon one another, to provide blood and hearts for the sun. Therefore, Mixcoatl took the sap of the Magick and showed the Chichimecs how to make pulque and other wines from it. Once the Chichimecs learned how good this wine was, they spent all their time making it and drinking it. And thus they spent their days in drunkenness. And so it came to pass that one day the Chichimecs saw the 5 children of Mixcoatl, where they sat in their trees. And the children saw the Chichimecs were drunken and worthless. Therefore, the children came down from the trees and slew all the Chichimecs except for 3 who escaped. One of these being Mixcoatl, who had turned himself into a Chichimec. And so this was how Mixcoatl taught the people of the art of warfare and the proper way to do penance, that there might always be blood and hearts with which to feed the sun. I hope you guys are enjoying all of the stories of Aztec mythology. Again, this is Sacred Magic 101, and I am Sammy. I hope you guys are liking all of our different videos. I will soon be also putting a video up about the origin of maize and the creation of pulque. Okay, so keep an eye out for that video. Okay, if you like these videos and this kind of content, please feel free to give this video a like, as well as subscribe to our channel. Be sure to turn on the notification bell. That's the way you are notified every time we upload a new video. Again, this is Sacred Magic 101, and I am Sammy. Thank you for joining. Have a lovely week. Be loved and be blessed.